All right. Why are you looking at me? Hmm? Nothing. Good afternoon, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
How's your Sunday been? Have you had Sunday rice or you're fasting? All right. So we just decided to have a little Sunday afternoon gist. We've been doing very serious things on this page, you know, sharing articles, 30 Days of Miracles, which is on.
Praying.
I mean, we're still praying at 7 o'clock today.
Fasting.
I'm telling you, but today, at least we wanted to have a quick gist with you, just see our real faces, just. All right. Absolutely, marriage is a beautiful thing.
It is.
Marriage is a very beautiful thing. And you know, like I always say,
And we are 10 years strong on this.
10 years in
Yep.
December,
Yeah.
next month.
Well,
What's today's date?
November.
What's today's date? Today is 8, yeah, 8th day of the 7 days of miracle. When's our wedding anniversary date again? 11th, right? 11th December.
Hey.
Okay, so we are just 1 month and 3 days shy of 10 years. And we have actually been friends for like 17 years, yeah? Since 2003. Okay, later part of 2003. So, like I always say, when it comes to marriage, it's either you marry your friend or befriend who you marry. All right, because the moment you take friendship out of the equation of marriage, you make a total mess of it. All right, the moment you take friendship out of the equation of marriage, you make a total mess of it. So, you either marry your friend or befriend who you marry. That means you must work out the friendship of the marriage if the marriage will not become like a mini prison. All right. Marriage can easily evoke feelings of, being trapped, frustration, and all of that if you don't maximize the friendship aspect of marriage. The truth is, no two or more adults can remain excited about something that doesn't, activate their interest. All right, so to make marriage work, you must be able to retain the interest, keep the interest. And the best way to retain the interest in that sense is to befriend yourselves. All right, and friendship starts with being vulnerable. A lot of people are not vulnerable enough. They're not, they don't let themselves go into the relationship enough, to enjoy it in that sense. All right, so it's just unscripted Sunday afternoon. We decided, put on the light, just hold the phone before we have Sunday lunch called Sunday siesta, and prepare for tonight when we pray at 7. Yeah, so.
Yes, he was talking about being friends. Being friends, it doesn't just, for you to have a good flow, for you to have a lasting relationship, you have to work at it. You have to be intentional about it. You have to bring value on the table. You have to sow into it. Any relationship you don't nurture, you don't sow into, it dies out after a few days, after a few years.
Sometimes after a few moments.
Staying with another person from a different background from yours, it's a tough thing to do, and you have to consistently make sure that you are not creating negative emotions here. So I'm trying to always make sure that I'm giving him happy memories, keeping him smiling
Must you touch
and
my
happy.
cheeks?
Did you feel good after I touched you?
What kind of feel good? Please, I'm in the spirit. I don't have time for the carnal things.
So I need to, service his emotions well and make sure that he's happy.
Please.
So that whenever he thinks about
Please, I'm focused. I'm focused on miracles now.
Pleasant thoughts.
All this emotional
sometimes
talk.
I'm in the office and I'm just remembering something that happened, and I'm just laughing to myself, and I'm like, I better control this laughter so that people won't think, this lady's going cuckoos in the office.
You're not serious.
But keep the emotions happy. You have to be intentional about it. You have to think about every day, how can I make this guy's life, rosy? beautiful, happy.
All right, we'll soon bring this to a close, but just in case anybody happens to be online who has a question you want to ask us, just leave it in the comment, we'll answer it. You two are out of this world. Thank you. All right.
Thank
So
you.
just in case you stumble on this, it's unannounced, and you have a question, just leave it in the comment and we'll answer it. And let me confess to you people, when I told Julia we're going to do live, Sunday afternoon she wants to sleep. I say you will. Then I'm re-exposing you. You want to sleep. I say sleep what?
Hey, wait, let me put you on the hot seat.
Which kind of hot seat?
Yes. So, tell us.
Tell us what.
Yes. Okay, let me use you as an example now. Why you blame me? So that my question will go away. Okay, tell us, in what ways do you keep this friendship alive?
I didn't come here for question and answer. We came here for gist.
Let me start with
And to
you.
answer
No.
people's questions
Yes,
they have.
yes.
Why are you? If you have question, ask us. It's not you that will be asking the question.
You. How do you keep this
Okay, I keep this.
friendship? Yeah.
You keep friendship alive in marriage by being thoughtful. That's the first thing. A lot of people are not emotionally intelligent. The first thing you must deal with is you must become emotionally intelligent. You must work at being emotionally intelligent. And what is emotional intelligence? The capacity to understand how to maximize the emotions of your partner. All right. So what I do here is to try to understand your emotions, how they work, how you react, when to talk to you, when to avoid talking to you, how to get the best out of your emotional composition. All right. And that makes it easy. So that's why sometimes you see that you are forming angry. I just look at you. I won't say anything. How can I be pouring kerosene on top of fire that's already burning? All right. So, let's attend to the people's question. I think there's one. What does one do when you can't seem to find a suitable person within your circle? All right. Very good question. Very good question. My direct answer to that is God is not limited to your immediate circle. Mm-hmm. So break yourself off the limitation of thinking that your immediate circle has the answer. All right. So if you can't find somebody within your immediate circle, first things first, pray to God. Where is the person? Yep. All right. Open my eyes, because it's possible God has somebody within your immediate circle, but you are not seeing the parameters that God wants you to judge with. So God can either say, you know what, you are not seeing well. Look again. All right. Or God can say, why are you limiting me to your circle? When it comes to the issue of meeting the right person, it's so amazing how many stories we have heard of very spectacular stuff. Can we talk about our story and ABU and everything? Let's just give our story.
In fact, I just want to put this in. God is a master strategist. As in, he knows how to reroute and route people in the right direction. That is why it's important when the Bible tells us that we should be led by the Spirit, because God knows, because he sees beyond you, he sees beyond now, he sees into your future, and he knows exactly where you should be at any given time. When we went to school, ABU Zaria University, I actually got admission for pharmacy. And
now let me put that in context. I got admission to study for law, which is in Congo campus of Zaria. Yeah. Samaru is a distance away for students. Now it will be a short distance because we drive, we blah. But Samaru is the main campus, very big. I mean, people study in ABU, become professors in ABU and still don't know the end of Samaru. So she was in Samaru because she got pharmacy. I was in Congo because I got law. All right, but what now happened?
Okay. So I didn't have my papers complete for one of the requirements, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. So I don't want my parents to...
So she wasn't going to be able to start the pharmacy. Then back in the day, there's a form you fill.
Yes.
All right, in the school, so that the school will know what to do with you. All right, so they gave her the form to fill to change to any other course of her choice.
Or to present the required paper in the coming year. But I decided to put any other course. In my mind, they will just give me teaching, any teaching course, and I know my parents will not go for that. So I will just have to, try come back next year.
Yeah. So she filled the form that way, but what happened?
They gave me business administration.
And they gave her business administration, thinking that her parents would say, okay, come back home so that you can go for your medicine. I mean,
But-
if somebody did not even go for pharmacy after medicine, is it business administration?
So my parents were like, go ahead and start, and then next year you would go for another course.
Guess what? That go ahead and start brought her to Congo campus where I was. And she never went back for any medicine, anything.
In fact, I actually rewrote, got everything I needed, even got admission because I changed what I wanted to do. I got admission
for some reason. She got another course which she changed her mind within that year, wrote and passed and got the admission. But Congo campus was where we met. Congo campus was already taking over her life and she refused to go back to Samaru for geology or whatever. All right, well, I don't care because I'm the medicine, I'm the pharmacy, I'm the geology, I'm the everything. But here's the deal. If God has to reroute a person into your path, so be it. But what do you do when the person doesn't seem to be within your circle? You pray to the Lord to guide you. Proverbs 3 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, in all your ways.
On your own
yes, in all your ways acknowledge him and he'll direct your path. All right? So it's important. I think we'll go on to the other question now. Yeah. So, all right. This one says, how do you know you are in love with someone? Love question is a very serious question. How do you know you're in love with someone? Well, we always say that love is a decision, not an emotion. If you have not read our book, Help, I'm in Love, you'll get more answers there. But let me say a few things. Love is a decision. I say that love does not get on the table until you have a choice between good and evil. What do I mean? I don't believe in love at first sight. You can be attracted at first sight. What happens before love gets on the table is that you are beginning to appreciate who the person is, their strengths, their weaknesses, and you still decide that notwithstanding what I know, I want you. All right? 3 key books that would help you. Knowing God's Will for Marriage, Help, I'm in Love, Hubby and Wifey Checklist, questions you must answer before you say I do. 3 of our books. I mean, on Okada Books, Amazon, and all of that. They'll give you more answers. But love happened here when I decided I know you enough. I understand your weaknesses. I appreciate who you are. I know the things that scare me here. But it's you I have chosen. Now, that is love. Now, and I have scriptural proof for it. The Bible says, while we're yet sinners, Christ came and died for us. Why did he come to die for us? For God so loved the world that he gave. So it was not merit-based. It was not performance-driven. These guys are so good. Let me go and be with them. No. It was love that I have chosen you. Just like he has chosen Israel to be his firstborn. Like I have chosen you. The decision lies with me irrespective of you. All right, that's what love is.
Yeah, yes, it's not about the emotion and it's not about the chemistry, because if you look at that, there are so many people that you can actually have chemistry with, you can actually have a liking to, but that doesn't mean that you are in love with them. Love is, like he said, when you consciously make the decision, to love this person.
And let's add that love will come with the emotion. Mm-hmm. For instance, I have plenty emotion for my wife. That's the truth. Plenty. Mm-hmm. I like the woman. I love the woman. I want to be with the woman. I mean, love will come with the emotion. But this is the thing. Initially, because of butterflies and all of that, the love will be doing you. But because it's a decision, you come to the point, it's you that will be doing the love. Because sometimes you just wonder, like, what is this girl even doing in this house? What do you now do? You begin to lay foundation. You begin to do things that keep the emotion. Emotions are fickle. They can pour away now. Somebody you wanted to be with, you can suddenly just start feeling like, what am I even doing with this one? All right? So it's so important to keep, even as I'm rubbing her head right now, I'm telling you, is increasing the emotion afresh. That's what you must do. Another question, say, what would you advise someone who is about to go for masters outside and family wants her to stay in a foreign country but is dating someone here in military, so him leaving isn't an option for a while? Can two work together except they be agreed? There's no challenge that is not surmountable by people who truly love themselves and understand the nature of relationships. All right, so it's so important, first things first, to have conversation with the person. Now, relationships should be practically done. Relationships are not supposed to be things where we pretend and do hide and seek. I want to go out. Family wants me to go out. Number one, do you agree with family? Because it's not everything family says. Yeah, go ahead.
Just the statement you made before you progress. Do you agree with family? A lot of times, family can push you in a certain direction, but you have to make your peace with God. Is God wanting you to go in that direction? Does God, your life assignment, your life purpose, is it outside this country? Is it where God is leading you to go before you even, put the other party in the matter?
All right. So as you do that, if it is God's will for you, you sit and discuss with your military spouse to be like, see, I want to take this step. See, the thing is, relationship must be practical. That takes me back to our book again, Hubby and Wifey Checklist. There are questions we have put there, questions that you should discuss in courtship to find a way forward. Is this the best way to take? Do we do this or do we do that? So it becomes important. Please go and have intensive conversations with that potential partner and see what to do. All right. Another question. Okay, I met this guy about a week ago. We talked about quite a lot within a very short time. We seem to have quite a lot in common. We didn't exchange contacts, but damn, I can't stop thinking about him. All right, beautiful. That's dealing with attraction and chemistry. That's fine. All right. It's okay to have attraction and chemistry, but when you begin to test attraction and chemistry with sense, and it makes sense, that's when to go forward. All right, so one of the things I'll tell you, you seem to be a lady who is ready for a relationship, because now it's beginning to mean something to you that you did not exchange contact. It's time to pray to God, like, God, just make it happen somehow. I'm going to give you a personal story. God, just make it happen somehow, if this would please you, if this would be a good thing to do, if this would be a good place to be. When I met Julia, it was something like this. It was a Saturday morning. I was just going to the class, so I walked through the chapel, and she was walking in in church, like they had a rehearsal that morning, choir, and she decided to go clean up before it was time. So what happened was I was just going through the chapel. Born again students, when you are going to class, you must just go and follow chapel first, just for no reason. So she walked up to me. I had preached a sermon on a CD or cassette that she heard somewhere. And she had a question for me. She used to see me in fellowship. We're not friends. So she walked up to me and asked me a question from that cassette that I taught a message. So I answered her, but I liked the girl that I saw. I thought she was so beautiful. Like, I knew I wanted to have something to do with this one. Like, I really liked who I saw. So what happened was I began to make inquiry. All right? I began to make inquiry. And I now realized that my classmate was her roommate, Edith. She's a colleague now. My classmate was her roommate. And add 1 to 2, I got her number and we got talking. And here she is today. Here she is. Okay. So before you okay the thing, okay, say this then. I have some practical tip for you, Lady Sophie.
To add to that, like when he asked me out, and I was like, I said no initially, and we went through a back and forth, as in for a period of 11 months. I think at some point we weren't even talking or communicating. And I made my peace with God that, okay, because I'd been fighting the idea of him as my husband. But when I went to God and I settled that with God, and I like, God, okay, now that we have settled, and I'm saying that I like the guy, and I would like us to take it a step further. I couldn't go back and ask the guy out now. It's been 11 months. So I had to pray. I say, Father, so now make the guy come and ask me again. And true, as in God spoke to him, and he came back and asked me out again. So I didn't have to go and, so.
Go ahead.
You just need to ask your father. I tell you, he's a master strategist when it comes to these issues.
Then let me add a little tip for you, lady. The guy certainly met you somewhere. Was it a church? Was it a wedding? Go and find common points of contact. You will be shocked. if it was a wedding, go and look through pictures that relates to that wedding.
If you remember a name,
Exactly.
Instagram, Facebook,
Exactly.
it's been made easy
So
these days.
go through pictures related to that occasion. Go through the ones of the people you know. It's very likely you comment or he will like. You know, this is how to root your boss. In case you are wondering, are these people telling him to go and chase a man? No, it's okay to re-establish contact and let him be a man. I'm not saying go ask him out, but as in it's okay to re-establish contact or to find a way. Let me give you an example. In this generation, hey God, I'm about to expose men. There's no man that if you go to his wall, especially if it's not a private account, and like just about 5 or 6 posts, I didn't even say 10 or 20. And no man will not say, who is this lady that just like 5 of my posts at once? You understand?
They are men.
Now lie, I'm a man, I tell you the truth. Even as a married man, if you see somebody over liking your personal page, somebody will tell you, who is this person? What is it? Do you understand? Belente, a single man and you are a single lady, you guys connected well. So it's very important. Oh, you know where to meet him, but I think it's where to go look for him. My sister is not wed. See, wait.
It's easier to go on Facebook.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, just open the door, all right? As in, I didn't say send a direct message. Just go to 2 or 3 of his pictures where people are making general comment. Just make your own generalized comment. Generalized comment. Don't even just make a generalized comment, all right? Just long and short, use style and connect. Let's move on to another question. Use style and connect. All right, next question. How do you know when circumstances or things are confirmations and not just your own desires reading meaning into mere coincidences? You want to answer? Before you answer,
ABC of the matter. How does God speak to you?
You are going too far, Seth. If you have not read my book, Knowing God's Will for Marriage, I explain dream, trances, God's inner voice, or audible voice, prophet, parents, all. But let's give you a few tips here. So run to the book. Now, yes, you are talking about knowing how God speaks to you generally. Yeah, go ahead. Finish it now. See this girl. Continue. No, continue. Don't touch my chest. Stop it. We're in public, please.
Sorry.
What's that?
Sorry.
Because you are sitting so close to me, I'm blushing. Even touching my baby. See this girl. Please, we're in 30 days of miracles.
Sorry.
All right. All right. How do you know it's not just mere coincidence? Every time something happens that looks like coincidence, subject it to prayer. Yeah. So don't judge it down that it's just coincidence. It's just coincidence. See, let me tell you, miracles are also coincidence, but divinely orchestrated coincidences. For instance, the way Julia and I met, divinely orchestrated coincidence. The way I got her number, divinely orchestrated coincidence. The way we went about it and even married, divinely orchestrated coincidence. Don't be afraid of coincidence. All right? Learn to even see the hand of God in divine coincidence. For instance, let's give that gym story. What a coincidence. Give that story.
Yes, there was this couple.
Speak up.
Okay, there was this lady. She had been trying to get into a relationship. She had a couple of hard knocks and decided, you know what, I'm just going to leave my father to this business. Father, this is my heart, as in I'm minding your own business so that you can mind my own business. And, just following God and, trusting him every day. God led her to, just laid it in her heart, go and join a gym. It wasn't like she was oversized or something like that, but just the urge to go and join a gym. So she got up, acting on that urge, went to go and join a gym. And you know what? Coincidentally, the man
coincidence, yeah?
The man that was to be her husband, that was his last day in that gym.
The guy had been gymming there.
Yes.
It was his last day in the gym because he was even starting his own gym. So he decided to go there for the last time. And they met. This lady was coming for the first time. This guy was going for the last time. As when we're hearing this story, they were already married. Rebecca Aminu, ask your question. All right, just type it and we'll respond to it. So she was going the first time. He was going the last time. And today, they are married in their own gym. I mean, what are the odds of a person who was going to start his own gym, going to another gym for the last time and meeting somebody who was coming there for the first time? All right? Leave coincidences to God. You stay in faith. The Bible says that the just shall live by faith. In fact, the same time a single person uses to worry is the time they should have invested in, you know what, God? Do your thing. Do your thing. Like, you know, and this will save you from going to strange places. Some people go to clubs. Some people go to church, you know, with the wrong mindset just to meet somebody. There are demons also going to church. Or there are people trying to go to church to find a good person. You know, and for that period, everybody sits up because we want a relationship. Let it happen naturally. Let it be a flow. Let it just be that, you know what? I'm just living my life, doing my stuff, and God just brings the right person, and that's it. All right? So it's so important. It's so important. Keep your heart open. Allow coincidences happen. How do you know when circumstances or things are confirmations? Now, if you read my book, Knowing God's Will for Marriage, you realize that you won't spend too much time struggling for confirmation. Because a lot of people, the problem is they are struggling for confirmation. Did you need confirmation right now to be watching this? No. You know it's okay and right to do it. There are certain things God has left in your discretion. So don't overseek confirmations. So if somebody coincidentally met you, they are born again, you can see the fruits of the Spirit in their life, and there's no check in your spirit, my sister, which confirmation are you looking for? You want an angel to appear to you? Or you want me to say, oh, Adobe, Adobe, Adobe. That guy you met yesterday wearing red pants and blue top and a purple cap is your husband. No, please, Biko. All right? So we'll move on to the next question. We wanted to stop by here just a few minutes. Now the thing is turning to a proper. I like my colleague and he likes me too. That I'm 100% sure. Coincidentally, we went to the same secondary school, and I know during the interview we attend the same ex and reunion, all that. But my sister, what but again? Don't look for the spectacular. Look for what is okay. You know, I know all these things you are saying are very spectacular. Your question did not complete. If you are still online, ask it. But let me quickly say this. Okay, I'll pin the other part of your question now. He keeps fighting it off. I've given him all the green lights, but for some reasons, he's still fighting the feeling. I've asked God for signs, but nothing yet, so I've given up. Don't ask God for sign. You can already see you like him, he like you. What sign are you looking for again? Is this signboard? No. Leave signs. You know what? Have you prayed the marital release prayer? It's a 15-day prayer course. It's on Okada Books. You can message us after this. We'll guide you how to get it. 2, after praying, I'm going to talk about what you pray now. 2, you need to let him be a man. If you have shown all the signal, he may bring you to the point of disrespecting yourself. All right, if you are not careful, you begin to feel desperate. You begin to feel a very strong need to pursue it and make it happen. All right, what are you praying? You are going to pray, you know what? See, every good and perfect gift comes from the Father of light, in whom the Bible says there's no shadow of turning. All right, now, there are 2 aspects to every will of God. There's the will of God, then there's the will of man. All right, if the guy likes you, you're already close, you're already friends, then he should be able to take the steps if he wants. One of the things you need to do, deny him a bit of the privilege. Because if you are too accessible, he may be senseless. Give him sense by distance. All right? Because sometimes you want a man to ask you out who already has total access to you. No more incentive to ask you out. He calls you at any hour. You chat him till you sleep.
3 hours.
Chat him from when you wake up. He calls you anytime. I'm not speaking about you now. I'm going to just add up stories to make it happen. You even cook for him. Some people go, unfortunately, I'm sorry, as far as they're already having sex. So what is the guy looking for again? Nothing. So even if you have not gone that far in your own case, begin to deny him some access. Let him sit up with some sense. Because if you give him access, he comes to the point where he doesn't even see what he's going for anymore. Then he's forming over analysis of paralysis that paralyzes him. So what do? Cut a bit of access. Reduce the hanging out with him. Reduce the chatting. Reduce the access. You just realize that he's beginning to think. Because he now knows, you know what? This girl is no longer there. In fact, those are the kind of people to have conversation with that. Wow. In fact, just tell him like, you know, I really thank God the way God is raising me. Wow. Like, you attend my wedding, right? Sit him up. Imagine telling a man who is pretending he's not serious that, will you attend my wedding? You know, make statements that make him know that, look, you are still a free agent. Because some of those people feel they have you in the bag. That's why you have situation where somebody releases their wedding card and people that have never asked them out will be heartbroken. Why are you heartbroken? Did you ask me out? Are we in a relationship? All right. So you need to deny him access. Please pray. So that, why am I saying pray? I'll give you a story. Some years ago, I went to minister in a church, and the pastor had this story to say. He had this story to say. This lady had a guy who had been hanging around her, but never asked her out as she was aging and aging. You know, she engaged some prayers based on Isaiah when the Bible said, none shall lack their mate. Guess what? When the scales fell miraculously, it was like a demon spirit. The guy came to her and said, for years, anytime I want to ask you out, when I see your face, I see the face of a lion. I mean lion. This is a real life story. You know, because demons operate in very funny ways. We don't respect them because they are useless. The power of Jesus breaks it in no second. All right? But the moment she began to pray in faith, like, Lord, what's going on? What's going on? The scales fell off the guy's eyes, and, you know, he did the right stuff. You know, you say the farthest we have gone is him dropping me off at home. We don't even chat except for official purpose. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. That's why I say when I was giving those other example, it was not you. I was just trying to make sure I help other people. All right. One of the things you need to do, my sister, hold back your emotion. Because we are supposed to invest our emotion deeply when we have a commitment. Begin to help yourself so that you're not heartbroken and so tired for many years if he chooses to move on. All right. And he may be the kind of person that takes time to make a decision. All right. So allow him come by his decision. Allow him come by his decision. That is, you need to create some distance. Some of those times, hold your money. As in, he wants to drop you. Oh, no, don't worry. As in, begin to friend zone him in a way that he knows, I don't have access to this lady like that again. All right? I mean, order your ride before it's closing time. When he wants to drop, oh, I already ordered the ride. You know what? Because right now he may be thinking that you are overly dependent on him. The relationship is perfect. Break those assumptions he has. Let him even be the one to ask, why did you order a ride? I could have dropped you. Say, I just wanted to go home like that. Thank you very much. I mean, what have you done? You have normalized the relation. You have normalized the friendship. So begin to normalize him so that if he wants more, because what is happening now is your heart has taken more than he is given. And you need to help yourself. Because before you know it, you are in a relationship by yourself, thinking you're in a relationship with him. And that's a very dangerous place to be. All right, so if you don't have another question pop up within the next 30 seconds, we will leave here because I want to go to my personal Facebook and engage the people small. Yeah. It's been a very good time just stopping by here. Yeah. You can see my eyes. It's like your eyes getting sleepy for afternoon sleep. So.
I think so.
You are not serious. We are called to ministry. We must serve the Lord and his people. Every sleep, come out. And just in case you have not been joining the 7 p.m. prayers, you are missing. Miracles are happening. Tonight we are going. Okay, our books are on Okada Books. We don't send PDF copy. Send us a direct message after this. Or our number is actually on our profile. Send us a WhatsApp message. We'll help you with Okada Books, and it will be great. I mean, you would even prefer that to PDF. It's an app, a very beautiful place to read books. Yeah, what was I saying before I started responding to that?
Arrest.
Eh?
About arrest.
Arrest.
Our rest.
Rest.
Yes.
Forget rest, too. You can rest. We're serving the Lord and his people this afternoon. It's not... All right, so everybody, 7 p.m. today, link to that is also on our bio, it's on Mixlr. I mean, that's the cheapest way to join anything online. It's just like listening to radio. I mean, so cheap to join and just get started. Miracles are happening, absolutely. Miracles are happening, healings, jobs. I mean, everything that a miracle represents. And what's a miracle? Divine intervention. So miracles are happening, and we look forward to...
come expectant.
Absolutely. Kalabada. Hey. Zana. Yes, so. All right, so everybody.
Bye.
See you at 7 o'clock.